Yes, my friends, welcome back to Kayjo Farms. Happy New Year, happy 2025. This year is for making money. Yeah, we are making money this year. You know, I was watching a video and I saw a farmer planting alfalfa in a desert. Imagine, in the desert, and it was growing. They had to get water, pump water, they have to do what and everything in the desert. And I was like, here in Uganda, we have how many seasons of rain in a year? I think there are like 2. Even depending on other locations, they may be even more than that. And we're supposed to do it better than those people. So I was like, no. Have to take alfalfa and goat rearing to the next level. So this year, I'm doing my best. I'm going to share knowledge. Any knowledge I get, I will share with you farmers so that even you can share it with someone else, so that you find that we have a lot of goats in the country and we can be able to serve the country and also export. So today, I'm updating you on my alfalfa. Yes, as you can see in the background, this is the alfalfa so far. It has grown and is still growing. I think I planted it, let me check my calendar here. I planted it on 26th of November 2024. And now it's 2nd January 2025. So we are just remaining with 20 days to make 2 months. So alfalfa, for the first time when you're planting it, it takes 2 months. That's if you're doing nice watering, if you're doing weeding, and also if you're applying manure, organic manure that we use here, we use goat's droppings. So if you're doing those, the first 2 months, it gives you your mature alfalfa. Then after 3 weeks, you can harvest, or you can cut after 3 weeks. Yes, you can cut after 3 weeks. After the first time. So the first time 2 months, then the next time after 3 weeks, 3 weeks. After, that's when you are doing the proper procedures of doing like watering, manure, and so forth. Now, my youths and my farmers out there, if you want to make money in goats, you have to look at feeding. Feeding is very important in goat rearing. So, like I said, I already said there are 3. There's feeding, there's management, there's also breeds. So now we are dealing with feeding. So if you want to make money, you have to do proper feeding. Alfalfa is full of proteins, and if you want your goats to have muscles, it's a body building pasture. So if you want your goats to have muscles, then you have to concentrate on alfalfa. So when this alfalfa grows, you understand, after you cutting it, you have to put it under a shade like for 5 hours. Then you keep it in your keeping houses where you keep your feeds for about 21 days. You understand? Then after 21 days, you can serve it to your goats. Remember, don't serve fresh alfalfa to your goats, because they will give things, your goats will get diseases or will get bloating. Bloating is where goats get a lot of air in the stomachs. So that one becomes a problem for your goats. I don't know what's with 21 days. I see also silage is for 21 days. So, and also those people who want their goats to grow faster, don't serve a lot of alfalfa to your goats because you want to have faster growth. No, give it time. Serve the appropriate alfalfa. Back here to our garden here. As you can see in the background, we are trying to weed our alfalfa because it's a requirement. Alfalfa does not compete with weeds. It wants to have it all itself, the nutrients, you understand? So you have to remove the weeds from your alfalfa. And as you can see, we also planted in rows. These rows here, as you can see, these rows here, these ones help first so that you can weed well. As you can see in my background, the person is weeding very well because they are just using the rows to weed and also removing some weeds from the alfalfa. Then also when you're putting manure, for example, goat droppings, yes, you can put them in between these rows. You understand? Also, it helps in retaining of water. If people can remember things like terracing in agriculture, it helps in retaining of water because they are rows, you understand? So these rows, you're advised to make them around 8 centimeters apart. So this row, with this row, the space between should be around 8 centimeters apart. So right now, of course, mine looks a little bit bigger because this one was a testing phase. Disclaimer, this is a testing phase. If there are mistakes I did, I did them out of testing, but it has helped me. And out of my research, let me share for you one mistake. I don't call it a mistake, but one precaution that we should have taken. We realized that the alfalfa, the way we planted it, we used a lot of seeds. You understand? We used a lot of seeds and they are too congested. And when they become too congested, it means there is going to be competition of nutrients from the soil. And so your alfalfa won't grow to the expected height or expected growth. So what you're supposed to do, when you're planting these alfalfa seeds, you're supposed to plant them 1 inch apart. When you're planting them in the soil, so we can say 1 inch is around here, so they're supposed to be like 1 inch apart. But from my research, I saw these people, these big farms, that's where we are heading. As Kayjo farms, they are using machines, you understand? These machines measure appropriately, measure the exact 1 inch apart. But for us who are using hands, we just have to plant less seeds. If you look at my previous video, you will see that I used a lot of seeds while planting because I was just dropping them like this. But you are supposed to be dropping them few so that they do not compete. Alfalfa wants all the things to themselves, you understand? It wants nutrients, so they have to be 1 inch apart. So that's the mistake we did, the precaution that we should have taken. And my excuse is it was a testing phase. So remember also, they say, oh, I know. Now let me say, I know. If I look after it well, if I weed well, if I water well, if I give it manure, alfalfa, you can use it, or you can use it for around 3 to 5 years. 3 to 5 years. So 3 to 5 years, and I'm getting feeds that I planted only once. That's amazing. That means it helps you a lot. You don't have to go and buy a lot of alfalfa every season or every year. And one important thing I found about alfalfa is it grows about 30 to 60 centimeters deep. Imagine that. So it means it gets all the nutrients from under there, all the nutrients, and puts them into alfalfa. So when your goats eat such a pasture, my friend, you will not regret rearing goats. So everyone out there, please concentrate on feeds because it's very important. Like I said, there is feeds, there is management, and they say there is breeds. You understand? So now we are looking at alfalfa. Please also, when you get such knowledge, share it with your fellow farmers, because I know I can't reach all the farmers, but you can reach other farmers. And when you become a group of, you find that even the prices of alfalfa have reduced. You see, there's a video I watched, I think 4 years ago. Alfalfa was around 30,000 Ugandan shillings, but now I bought it at 100,000 Ugandan shillings. Then I saw recently someone selling it at 130,000 Ugandan shillings. Those price increase and all those things are brought by lack of supply, you understand, and lot of demand. So if everyone is planting and we plant and we start creating our own seeds and supplying, the prices will go low. So please do these things, you understand. Also, we want to have a lot of animals in the country. We want to export, we want to supply everywhere in the country. You understand? That's why goat's meat is high, because there is more demand and less supply. Yes, also the seeding depth. Yes, that one is very crucial. When you're planting, first of all, when you're planting alfalfa, the first time you have to make sure that your garden is weed free. You understand? And make sure that your ground is firm. When I step on this ground here, you understand? If you have boots, your boots shouldn't go deep into the ground. Your ground has to be firm. Yes, your ground has to be firm because you want the seeds to get attached to the soil so that they can absorb the water. If your soil is loose, you understand, then your seeds won't get attached to the soil, absorb enough water.